And we are live. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody. It is nice to see
Hi.
everybody. How has everybody been? How are you,
Okay.
Suave?
I'm doing good, doing good. Um, just trying something a little different, just I can't even say that word. Broadening my horizons or expanding my
Broadening?
horizon. Broaden, yes, there you go. Broaden my horizon.
Okay, I
So
respect that.
it's just chilling. So
Airtime. They give me hella airtime this time.
yeah, I don't know why. I got an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I have no clue why that
Are
happened,
they
but
doing that for everyone?
nigga, I don't know. I just shit.
Oh,
I
oh,
just
I
said
had to
I don't know.
ask.
I had an hour and 30. So how am I supposed to know any more details than that?
Yeah, that's true.
I would say, but well, I wanted to start this specific topic because I had somebody ask me last time and I couldn't find where the person asked me. I knew it was somewhere, but I had to check it out. Someone asked about understanding yourself and shit of
Yeah.
that nature, and I was like, "Yo, that's a pretty good topic." And I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
"I'm
you
sorry,
mind
go
if I
ahead.
start?
You want to start? Oh, perfect. Hey,
Yeah,
go
I'll
ahead, go
start it
ahead."
off. So, knowing yourself, it's more than just, it's like what the topic of knowing yourself is for me about knowing like your limitations, knowing what makes you happy, makes you sad.
Right.
If you can't be able to uh, make yourself like make yourself happy, you're gonna go down certain roads and everything like that. Just knowing uh what you like, what you don't like, what make like yeah, back to number one thing makes you happy and what makes you like what your hobbies is just you can't really know others unless you know yourself. It's like kind of you gotta like the saying, you gotta make sure you're okay before you can help others, or you're good to be able to do good for others.
Right.
So it's like in that kind of concept of that, you know. So for me, I know it took me a while to even learn who Avery is. Like I was trying to figure out what kind of person I wanted to be, and I slowly feel like, well, I think I found out who I am now.
Mm.
I feel like I'm a person who just wants to help as many people on this earth as I can.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I all my life I've been able to I mean all my life I've been trying to help people, like as far as I've been doing EMT. I've been uh working with kids and clients with disabilities, and I'm going back to school to be a social worker so I can try to work for a job like DCF or like that kind of aspect of it,
Mm.
and it just gives me a sense of joy. I know I love to do it. I know I want to be a part of it. And I know this is something I want to continue doing.
Right.
I also know that I love to know that not only that I can help people, but I want to be an inspiration to others.
Mm.
I want to show people like there are still people on this earth that do good things, and knowing that, I can maybe make a small impact on somebody, it makes me the happiest.
Right.
So I mean, again, it's all, and I know I'm usually hard on myself, and I know that, it's because I know me, and I try to turn that negativity about myself into a positive by, taking a step back if something gets too hard, or
Right.
just just knowing my limitations. So like knowing, like if I don't know my limitations, I might go overboard. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I just want to make sure that I take the steps needed to be successful in life, be successful to myself. You know,
Mm.
if I take too much, I'm just gonna get overwhelmed, and I don't want to do that. So that's my whole thing of it.
That's what's up. I would say, I'd have to say I had the same type of thing. I say it took a while for me to get an understanding of myself. For a lot of my life, and honestly, I would like honestly right now as well. So I never really liked myself for the
Mm,
most part. Like I always felt like I was too corny or I was too cringe or I was too this or too that. Like I always had negatives and shit of that nature all the time. And it always those things always stuck to me. And over
mm,
time as I got older, cuz obviously in high school and middle school, there's a lot of there's a lot of conversation
yeah.
about there's a lot of conversation about friends and shit of that nature, I would say.
Yeah.
So like, people trying to be cool with each other and trying to have that how can I say that level of popularity more or less. Like we were too worried about friends and trying to be cool and trying to make sure that no one saw us weird that we didn't really understand ourselves. We try to make a shell for everybody else to see and then do the shit that we actually care about by ourselves.
Hmm.
As a same with like being same with like your music. Like
Yeah.
I never really played my music around other people. And the reason I didn't do that was because I felt like I would play my music and then I would play a song and everybody would look at me weird and judge me or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And
And
it's not like it's some crazy shit or anything of that nature. Like I listen to some wild shit or anything like that. It's literally just something that's out of the normal and something that I've never heard this specific person listen to before. So like,
mm,
and then I say understanding myself, I think comes with the low self esteem aspect of it because having having low self esteem and shit, it's very difficult because
yeah.
like I said before, everything I take everything to heart.
So let me ask you a question. So, re- what are some of the things that, because you know yourself the best, like what are some of the things that you do to help when you are too hard on yourself, or help you, I don't want to say cope, but like help you deal with it? I mean, I guess coping is a good way to put it too, but like
Well, I wouldn't.
what are some of the things you do to,
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the
yeah.
best person for that, and the reason I
Hmm.
say that is because I have a different outlook of looking at things, and I automatically think negatively.
Okay.
And like, let me just explain. I always think negative because I feel if I already set myself, like my mind up for the wrong situation or for everything to go bad, then when it actually does go bad, I don't feel as bad. But if it if I'm thinking everything is gonna go well and then it goes to shit, I'm gonna feel like crap. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But if I'm thinking everything is gonna go horrible and then everything goes well, then I'm pretty much twice as happy as I was.
I got you. That
Like
makes
it,
sense.
like it's not obviously it's not a good way to look at things because you don't want to look at everything negatively. But for me, it just worked out for me in my way. I wouldn't give that to anybody. I wouldn't give that advice to anybody. I say I just gotta
Well,
go roll with the punches, man. I say like shit is difficult.
yeah. No, it is, and nobody will understand how you operate, because you, how do I explain this? I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to, like, bring this up. So like people will try to get you, but the only person that will get you is yourself. Like, like, y- it's like having that consciousness of it,
Uh-huh.
and being able to like know what you're doing, know how you're feeling, and you can only relate that to a person so much, you know,
Right.
and that aspect is just like, damn, I forgot how I was trying to get to. What was it getting to this? I apologize,
Nah, you
but
good?
basically, knowing that are like you are your best motivation, knowing that you are a person like if you really want to do something, then you're going to motivate yourself. Nobody's ever going to be able to. I mean, people can give you inspiration and try to make you do something, but you need to get yourself out of bed. You need to get yourself into the shower. You need to do things because you have to do it. Nobody can force you to do that, you know. And that's all part of like learning you're able to do and what your goals and what your dreams and all that stuff is.
Right.
So
I got you. You got a little jumbled up right there, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get
No,
where you're
no. It's
coming
just like
from.
sometimes when I try to get the thoughts out, it's just there's so much going on in my head that I can't figure out what I want to say. And this is just like this is me. But I understand this is one of the I don't even consider a flaw. It's just I consider it as like not a great it's something I could work on, you know.
Right.
I feel like we're obviously like everybody in the world is not perfect, but I know as me knowing me as I know makes what things I need to work on to better myself. I like every day my goal every day is to be better than I was yesterday.
Right.
And if I can achieve even if it's a little thing, you know, like taking a quiz and I know really should study for it, and if I don't and I do bad on it, I'm like, okay, what can I've done differently? Obviously study, you know, or I know I want to build a stronger relationship with my wife, and what can I do with that? Because if she's not happy, I'm not happy, or you know, make sure that I'm bonding with my. Like, it's just for me. I know I want to be generally happy,
Thank you for
you
the
know,
award. Sorry.
and then no, no, it's okay. And then go AFC. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's all I mean, it kind of goes down to like self-worth too, you know, you gotta know the in and outs of yourself,
Mm.
you know.
I say,
Borat, my wife, thank you again for the 100 bits. I appreciate you again.
I say, I say, understanding yourself, like somebody said in the chat, is a lifelong process. And honestly, the more that you understand yourself, it seems like the easier things become.
Yeah.
And over time, shit gets easier the less you care about others people's opinions.
Mm,
But you cannot completely forget about other people's opinions.
that's
You
true.
feel where I'm coming from? Like, because there's a lot of people who base their life. God damn, man, my leg itch. I say there's people who base their life around the approval and opinions of others.
I mean,
And
and that's
then,
the thing about it. People are so easily influenced by what a person can say, you know. If somebody okay, here's an example. You know, I was at work and I was told, you know, oh, you're looking a little, you know, you look a little bit, you look larger or something. They didn't say that exactly. It was just like, oh, Avery, you're getting fat, and you know, I was
uh,
like, damn. It made it just like myself. I just got self conscious. I was like, damn, am I overeating? Do I look bad? Like I'm like, oh my god, I feel it kind of shits on you, you know. And then I'm like, I start going into like negative thoughts and trying to figure out ways to get out of that and stuff. And it's
I have to say that one thing about, and I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in women culture at all,
mhm.
but I think it seems like it's a lot more acceptable for both genders to call out men for being overweight
Hmm.
or their size and shit like that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's just like
Cause like for
times
women,
have definitely changed.
like for women that's an issue. Like
Yeah,
you can't really call a woman fat without getting heat put on you.
yeah,
But you call it a guy fat, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you're fat, bro. You need to lose some
and
weight
then
or
yeah,
whatever."
because they
Like
think
it's a
I just
totally
think it's
different
the
aspect of it.
yeah, I think
And
the misconception of just you know it's a guy he can take more. You know his feelings he'll be fine. You know a woman you know you got to be more sensitive to. You know that's not I don't think that's correct. You know because guys can still have the same like sensitivity as a female can. You know we can the same like something like that, was saying, "Hey, you're looking kind of large. You know that shirt. Did you gain weight or anything like that?" That can
Yeah.
have the same impact regardless of what gender you are.
Right. Right. I'll say
I just
yeah.
want to tell
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, I just want to tell anybody who's watching me on Reddit, if you want to hear my co-host, my buddy here, King Cottle Talks, who is also on Reddit and Twitch, you guys can come to Twitch, twitch.tv/Soavecito, Soavecito, if you want to hear the other conversation. I just wanted to throw that. And follow my boy King Cottle Talks on all platforms.
Say now you good. I'll say this. I'll say the life that we're built in right now
Hmm.
is honestly, I can't even really say it's more difficult than what the past has, what our parents and grandparents and so on had to deal with. I think everybody had their own struggles and their own
Yeah.
issues, and everybody's dealing with shit that the other ones didn't have to deal with, especially with this technology boost in the last 20, 30 years.
Well,
Because,
technology definitely has a big factor on this, especially like social media and like just put us for example of, we're putting ourselves out there to, it could be one person, 10 persons, 10 people, 1,000 people,
uh
and the comments that people can put can alter our moods, and it goes back to like knowing your self-worth and knowing what you like are able to do. Like it took me so much courage and so much to put myself out there in front of a bunch of people, you
right,
know and the fact that I am able to do that is just, it's brings a sense of pride, definitely a sense of pride, because like it's just like I just achieved something that I never thought I could do. So it just knowing that, like with social media and everything like that, how it's so much easier to, I don't want to say target people, but to voice your opinion on a person.
right,
Like if a person is doing something and it goes viral, like think about Nate Robinson getting knocked out, right? Think about how like all the memes and all this stuff and how that can affect him as a person. That's we take that for granted. This could actually really destroy this human being, and all we're doing is making fun of this person,
uh,
even though he did what he thought is best.
right.
He wanted to fight, he did it, he got knocked out, and now we're here. So I think definitely technology plays a factors on people knowing themselves, what they can handle, what they can't handle, how they deal with adversity, how they deal with success. So
It's the information that comes at everybody so fast every day, and all the
yeah,
shit you got to deal with. There's so much different things you want to do and people you want to impersonate. Uh,
because
it's
everybody,
like,
I feel like everybody wants to be successful, even if that's famous or make enough money to provide. Everybody wants that limelight. They want to be successful. Nobody wants to ever struggle, because that's not that's not something, any like that's negative. Nobody wants to do that, you know. So shooting for that is going to be tough no matter who you are. But again, like you got to know what kind of person you are before you can even achieve certain whatever goal you want to put your mind to. You got to take that second and be like, and I don't know, meditate. There's so many strategies you can do: meditate, read a book, just trying to figure out, or just like know yourself. I don't know. I don't know. I have the thought in my head, but I just feel like people need to take a time to reflect and figure out what kind of person they want to be. And for me, it was very hard for me to do it. It took me till now. I'm 26, and still have a lot to grow. I still have a lot of growing to do. So
I'll say, yeah, and that is always going to take a long time. Hey, shout out to the Gecko. Say he's also live right now over on Reddit.
hey, shout out to Lyle.
I'll
I
say
love that guy.
that man is a monster. I'll say he
And
be
I just
doing
want to
his
say
damn
again,
thing.
guys, if you want to see or listen to the other my man KingKadoTalks, just come to Twitch because I have the audio hooked up on there. If not, you just want to hear my side, stay on Reddit. And for everybody on my side on Twitch, thank you guys for staying and listening to our conversation. We do this every Wednesday and Sunday around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, Keezy TTG. Hey, yo, congrats. Hopefully the interview went well. I know he hit me up yesterday talking about an interview. Well, I don't know if he wants me to talk about all of it, but
Mhm.
regardless of the fact, homeboy, he was a little nervous, but I'm pretty sure he did well. He speaks really well. Say he knows how to get his point across. So I'm pretty sure it went pretty well. I say, hey, yo, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you talking to me and asking my advice or my opinion on what to do and so on and so forth. I hope it helped. I hope it soothed your nerves. Say that shit is always difficult. It's always gonna be
Yeah.
difficult. Definitely always gonna be difficult, especially a college interview for something that's setting up like the next four to like 8 years of your life, depending on what you're going for. So
Oh, that takes a lot.
hey,
It takes a
much
lot, man. That's not
hell
easy
yeah.
to do.
Hell yeah.
So
So
big ups on you.
definitely much respect to you, my boy. Who's my next guest? Next guest that's gonna come up. Honestly, I don't know.
Can we get Lyle?
I had
Can we
somebody
get
that
Lyle
wanted to come. I think they're
again?
talking about a live guest. I think they're
Oh,
talking about one
live
of my
guest.
live
Okay.
guests. Somebody that came to the crib. Uh, I don't know yet. I say there was somebody that I wanted to have come on this month, but
Bro,
obviously we'll
I'm
see
about to come through to the
with
crib.
that COVID shit. I say that's fine with me.
All right. We might about to do this shit though.
Now, I say putting things in perspective in your life, I think will
Yeah.
also help understanding yourself. I would say putting the things that you know that you need to do, and then putting the things that you wanted. Because like what you need to do, you have to work. You got to make money. You got to pay your bills, so on and so forth. And then there's other things that you need to do, like obviously start eating better as you get older, so on and so forth. It's a lot of shit. Feel me?
Of course. Yeah.
And
I feel like
obviously,
also yeah. Good.
like I'm 27 at this point. I say I'm 27. I hate working every single day. I hate
I,
working Monday through
yeah.
Friday, regardless of the fact that I like my job and the kids love me, so on and so forth. I'm a custodian, regardless of the fact.
I mean, nobody. I don't think anybody wants to work every day, but it's the
Exactly.
society we live in that kind of forces us to do it. And
Hold on, before you bring me off track again. Now, uh, working every day and understanding like, all right, this is something that I need to do, and putting it into repetition to the point where you start to just do it.
mhm,
I would say it's not the prettiest thing, and it's not always the most welcome thing, but it's something that has to happen because it's something that you need to do until or if you get a different job that you obviously love and that you can do with no issue. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Now,
yeah,
you getting an understanding of yourself during this time where it's your grind out period where you're not socializing as much and so on and so like this point right here
mhm,
is a grind period. Like everybody has their social era, so on and so forth. That shit is gonna die. It's
I
gonna die
understand that.
eventually.
Yeah,
And what a lot of people are not trying to tell you is that they were like, "Oh yeah, enjoy the time of you being a kid." Yes, I completely agree with enjoy your time, but don't make that shit too long because you have to put like once you get out into the real world, the more time that you've actually spent preparing for it, saving money, getting into a routine of working all the time and going to work every day and shit like that, shit slowly gets easier. And then once you actually get put in the real world and you have to work every single day, so on and so forth, shit comes a
yeah,
little bit smoother. Now, breakups, relationship with friends, family relationships, I would say meeting new strangers and shit like that, random people and random occurrences, all of that is going to make or break your character. and that's all gonna. And when I mean make or break your character, those people that you meet on the street, those strangers and shit like that, those people make a difference in your day. Trust me. I say there's people that I've met that that I still can hear their voice in the back of my head, or like that's just an ingrained memory. And it's just because that was a situation out of all situations that's happened within my life that I decided was important that I kept.
Yeah.
And that
No, that
make
is
and shit
important.
like that makes part of it. You might not think it does, but it does. Those little interactions and those conversations that you have with those random people who tell you how they feel and shit like that, that gives you an aspect of the random people of the world.
Hmm.
Now, you talking to a random person that you saw at the bus stop can give you a totally different insight than the people that are around you, because the people around you know you. And the people that know you are going to talk a certain way around you and to you because they know how you're going to act.
I mean, yeah, they know you the best. If you grew up with your friends, your family, so they're gonna automatically gonna already create a biased answer or a answer that has more tuned to you. But if you go to talk to a stranger or have a conversation with them, they they don't know you. They met you. They're getting to know you, so they're gonna give a unbiased opinion on that fact.
Right.
You know,
And don't get
uh,
don't get my this misconstrued. I'm not saying cheating is okay, but I think that's where a lot of people get that aspect of a stranger giving them compliments
mhm.
makes them feel better than their significant other giving them compliments and shit like that. I say because it's somebody who doesn't know you. And it's not
Person.
somebody who has to say that just because. It's just this random person with the most genuine, well, it's a genuine feeling, more or less.
Somebody asked, "What's the best advice someone gave you?" I would have to say, just believe in yourself. Like don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. My mom always told me that the sky's the limit. The only person that can stop you and put a ceiling above you is yourself.
Mm.
So why not shoot for as high as you can get? And I think that's what I've been trying to do. So that's the best advice somebody has ever gave me. Uh, Another person said, "Why did you compliment yourself and act like others support you?" I mean, I don't, I don't know how to answer that one. I guess I just feel like me complimenting myself is my sense of confidence, and I'm not acting. People are actually supporting me and my boy KingKadoTalks, and because of what content we're putting around. If that wasn't the fact, then people wouldn't follow us or show love and support and anything like that. So, you want to answer that question, Kato? What's the best advice somebody has given you?
Shit happens,
Shit happens.
pretty much. I
Okay.
say it's the best advice I've ever gotten. Because like you can't
Hey,
always think that everything is gonna go well, no matter how much you prepare or how much you thought it out, or or how many times you've been through it. You're not always gonna have the best answer, and the right outcome is not always gonna happen.
yeah,
That's just real shit. I say it sucks to think that way, but like, say we live in a world where a lot of scenarios are gonna happen regardless. I'm gonna say we just have to be there for it. Some of us are gonna get lucky. Some of us aren't gonna get lucky at all.
yeah.
And
No, no,
shit is just trash, bro. And like I'm not trying to say that to fuck with people's feelings or anything like that. If you're having a good time and like shit is working for you and shit is flying, then hey, that's what's up. But a lot of the shit that we have to deal with and the people that we have to deal with, that shit ain't fun. That shit ain't cool. I say we're going through so many goddamn issues every year. It's insane, and it just seems like everything is getting worse and worse. I don't know if it's actually getting worse and worse, or it's because everything is continuing to happen again and again and again that it just
mhm.
seems like it's worse. Like it's because it's happening so close to each other, and because we have all this information beaming into our face all the fucking time. This is what's in our head. I was saying now people are losing their sense of reality and the grip on shit because they're seeing people die all the time. You're not supposed to fucking see people die all the time. Like you're
Yeah.
not supposed to see people all the way these people die. Like that shit ain't normal. So you scroll, see somebody die, and then you go to the next picture and you're like, oh, that's a cute ass dog, and you like it. Like that shit ain't normal. I would say I say, and that should give an understanding into yourself, knowing that like something in your mind is being fucked with and being taught that this shit is okay and that it's not as bad as you think it is. Like this is all a gimmick. This is all on a screen. Like this, it gives you a false reality, and it's not. It's I say it's never the best thing for it to happen.
Yeah.
Are things getting worse or are people getting more sensitive? What do you think? I think uh I think it's both. I think because people are more sensitive, everything is getting worse. I
Well,
think
can
it's
you
a
repeat
hand
that
in
question
hand.
one more time?
Are you are things getting worse or are people getting more sensitive? What do you think?
It's getting worse as people getting more sensitive. I think it's both. Like I feel like people say things right off their mind, but I feel like people definitely just take it things more to heart than they used to in the past. It's just evident, man. Like I see it all the time, and it's just crazy. Oh my god, my voice. I'm gonna drink some water.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of sensitive people in the past. I just think it's just obviously more recorded now. It's more seen. It's more
And social media has a big factor on that.
yeah, like a lot of the extra shit that you're getting and the dopamines in your brain, like you're getting so much more than any ancestors ever gotten. Like, and we don't know what to do with that shit. How do you have fun with depression? You don't have fun with depression. Depression
No.
isn't fun. Um, you honestly, that's hard. And the reason that's hard is because everybody has a different muse or different thing that can either pull them out of depression or take it away for a little while at least. You just have to
Yeah.
find what it is. I say some people listen to music, some people listen to podcasts, some people like to watch YouTube or regular TV, some people like to watch 90s shows, some people like to go for a run or play some sports.
Hmm.
I say some people try to make some beats or they draw. I say there's so many different things that you can try to do that can try to get rid of your depression. And I understand it because like I've been trying to force myself to play a video game for the longest. And I just last time I tried to play a video game, my PS4 overheated because like I've never cleaned my PS4 and then I cleaned it that day. And then like I haven't tried.
Yeah.
And I've always had that issue where I'm like, all right, do this, 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 and I still don't fucking do it. And I can look at it and it's right there, and it's like all I got to do is just click over one, and I'm playing the game. But in my mind, I'm like, you don't want to do this,
It's
and
hard
it's like,
to not listen to
why?
that inner voice.
Yeah, because it's not like an inner voice that you actually hear. It's just it's like a little action in the back of your brain that's just forcing your body not to do it. We have evolved too fast with the creation of technology and entertainment, yet it fucks with your dopamine system. Yeah, because you can get things that everybody else couldn't get at your fingertips, yo.
Yeah.
Literally, I say when we were in school as kids, they were like, you won't have calculators in your pockets. Now we have the whole internet in our goddamn pocket.
It's like we have the a robotic.
Like think
It's
about
it's
that
a, it's
jump.
like an add-on.
Like think about that jump from you're not gonna have calculators in your pockets every day to having the entire internet.
Yeah.
I know it's called your subconscious, but what I'm saying is the act of your subconscious is how your subconscious feels. That's what I'm saying. Now, are we gonna be okay? I don't know. I doubt it. And the only reason I say that is because I got religious aspects of it and obviously conspiracies where shit has to come to an end eventually. And
Of
we're
course, like
doing way too
nothing
much.
ever lasts forever.
And we're doing way too fucking much already for shit not to hit the wall.
I mean, I just know, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be in our lifetimes. It might be not be the next one, but eventually, that day will come. Like the Earth will. I mean, like things can't last forever. Stars go out. Like things have a start date and they have an end date.
Mm.
You know, you gotta just embrace it. You know, you can't be afraid of it. You can't like the unknown is, yes, very scary, but you gotta tackle it head on. You know, you gotta continue what matters to you. You know, enjoy being on this earth, enjoy doing what makes you happy, enjoy the little things at the end of the day.
Also, if you can, and I know it's kind of hard right now, especially with all the shit that's happening, try to hold on to family and friends. Not at the cost of your own self worth, at the cost of your love and sanity and all of that shit. Just what I'm saying is, those are going to be very valuable at the end of the
Hmm.
day, especially the ones that last. Because trust me, having a friend that you've been friends with for like a decade, 2 decades, so on and so forth, that shit is that shit is insane.
Thank you so much for the helpful award. I appreciate it.
How do you accept yourself? I think accepting yourself just comes with time. I don't think it. I think that is a subconscious thing. I think you accept yourself subconsciously because some people have obviously low self esteem where there's issues with this and issues with that. But over time, like with me, I know that I bust my ass doing a job. So if somebody tells me I'm not working hard enough, that's bullshit because I'm busting my ass doing a job. I'm doing everything
Yeah.
that I can. And I've gotten to the point to know that I'm doing my job. I'm doing my shit. And if me trying my hardest is not good enough for somebody else, I can't get mad at myself anymore.
Yeah.
I don't get mad at myself because somebody else is, especially if they're not doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I just want to piggyback off of what you're saying. Like, I think you learn over time how, being able to, and just experiences you're gonna go through in life. You're gonna go through so many ups and downs, and that's gonna get you to that point. You know, it might not be now, it might not be 5 or 10 years, but eventually the goal is to get there. And like the experiences from like the minute you are alive to the minute when you're at your end of the last road,
Right.
you have to just go through the motions. You know, you're gonna have to go through the experiences. You're gonna have to go through hard times, because then you get that end game. You get that achievement of getting there. You know, but it's all about experiences and learning through it. You know.
No, I completely agree with that, bro. I say it's the shit altogether. Just it's just it's hard to explain
Yeah, that's why we're doing this. You know, like even like I know the topic is knowing yourself, but it's like it's really hard to explain to
because
others
everyone's
how.
different.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah,
different. Everyone has their own ways that they're gonna figure themselves out. Sometimes it takes
yeah,
people 50 years. Sometimes it takes people 20 years. It's different for everybody.
yeah.
I say
And
think
just
about
like,
better nature versus nurture self and yeah, I agree with that. I say it comes with there's so many different things that shape you, how your parents treat you, how your parents, your guardians or whoever the fuck is watching you treat you, how your siblings treat you. But it's also depending on how you take all that shit. Because people can give you all the love in the world and you can still turn out to be a little fucking bastard. But everybody in the world can shit on you and you can still be the sweetest thing on the planet.
it's honestly how you
It's you,
how
literally.
yeah, it's how you deal with whatever situation you're put in. You know, it's are you you know if you're raised in a bad place, are you gonna just go with that, or you're gonna try to get out of that situation? You know, it's because everybody's different. There's no real way to answer this, like, know yourself. The only way we can do it is just tell about ourselves, you know, because we know ourselves the best. You know,
Right.
I can talk about my experiences, you could talk about your experiences, but for every individual on this planet Earth, they need to go through the trials and tribulations to figure out who they are as a person. Fuck that. As a human being, they need to find that out, you know, and I can't tell you how to do it. You know, Kado can't tell you how to do it. You have to look inside yourself and take that time, you know. And I tell people the number one thing is the most precious thing that you have right now is your time. So take that time and try to learn who you are as a person, you know.
Uh,
You learn what you like, learn what you hate, learn what makes you happy, makes you sad, makes you like whatever it takes, because at the end of the day, if you don't know yourself, who are you?
and,
Quote that.
and don't let your
AV 2020, let's go.
and don't let money be more important than your time.
No,
Time should be the
the number
most
one thing is
important thing in your
your
life.
time. Nothing else should equate to that, because we all have our expiration date.
Right.
We just don't know when it is. Shit, I
Uh,
could die tomorrow, but at least, you know, I can die happy knowing that I gave my best effort the day before. You know, I'm my goal in my life every day is to try to be a better version of myself.
exactly.
I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. But I know I can always there's always something I can work on. And if I can achieve a little bit about it, I'm I'm making myself. You know, and every day it's a learning experience about me. You know, some things I'm like I said, I'm 26 and I'm still finding shit out now. There's you will never fully know yourself, but goddamn it, try your best to like keep going on that path.
Hell yeah. Say if you gotta, and I'm not saying don't get rich. Hey, yo, you gonna make that bread, but don't sacrifice everything for it.
Absolutely. You know, like
Don't
there's a smart way of doing things,
exactly.
you know.
Say because ain't nothing worse than being old or getting to a point where, all right, I've been working for 20 years constantly, no friends, like I've shunned my family or whatever the fuck, and now next thing you know, I die in like 2 months because of some disease that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like you spend all that time, no family, no friends, no nothing, and then bow. Money and time can go hand in hand. There's no reason to vilify money. I'm not vilifying money. Now, I think that was one of the topics I wanted to talk about, but I'll just throw it into this. I would say there's nothing wrong with you getting your bread. I never said
Never.
anything wrong with that. I was gonna say if you're gonna get rich, make that bread, do your thing. No issue with that. What I'm saying is don't sacrifice all of your time for the money.
You can't bring the money with you when you're dead.
That's what I'm saying. And I can understand you doing it for your family, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of kids that's like, yeah, I'm happy for like the extra bread that my parents left me or whatever the fuck. But like, I would have loved a relationship with my dad or a relationship with my mom or with my parents in general. I would say
Yeah.
because that right there is the shit that feeds the fucked up people that get in positions of power. Because you'll have the people that got the money and everything like that, but they don't know how to fucking interact with people. They don't know how to interact. They don't care. They don't have the regular issues that everybody has. No one taught them anything. And then you just got this little motherfucker that just grows up to be a dickhead. And
That's
I'm not saying
facts.
that's every single one of them, but it happens. I would say you going for the money and only caring about the money at the end of the day, and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it for my family. I somewhat understand that, but like you also have to give your family love as well. Like just money ain't enough. And it sucks to say, but yeah, just money ain't enough.
Yeah.
Like you
It
gotta
can it
give
can
more. You have to nourish that motherfucking family, bro.
it can help help you, like help to get closer to happiness. How do I want to put that? Hold on. I don't want to say it help. It could play a factor into allowing you to get the resources to make you happy, but it doesn't make you happy. Yourself makes you happy, and the money is just there to help you. Basically, being a helps you provide to get those things that you want to do to make you happy.
Right.
The only person that is going to make you happy is yourself. And if you have to get things to do that, sure, money can play a factor, but it shouldn't be the main focal point of that.
Hey, no problem, Shagola. No problem helping you out, bro. No, I got you, bro. Uh, Money drives people crazy. Look at celebrities. I agree with that. I say because when you look at celebrities, I say the shit that they go through is wild. And you would think that like, oh, they got all that extra bread, so on and so forth. What extra issues they have? It's money doesn't eliminate issues.
Yeah.
It's not going to eliminate issues. It's just going to create new ones. I'm not saying. Yes, he's also doing a Reddit stream. I'm
Yes.
not saying it's an issue that they're rich or whatever. What I'm saying is that there's other things that you have to worry about other than money. And if you're just worrying about the money aspect of it, everything is going to fall apart.
That's
That's
big
just
facts,
that's
man.
just real shit. Like you can't just you can't just work, come home and do nothing and think shit is going to work out. You have to pay attention to everything that's happening. You have to give your kids love and attention. Like you paying for everything is just not the best thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And understanding your family is one of the best things you can do. Trust me, your family being happy is going to make you feel so much better than
Then your
all the.
family being broken and complicated.
Exactly. Yeah, I have all the bread. I could do this, so on and so forth. Yeah, cool. Yeah, whatever. But I can't do much if my family doesn't want to do anything with me. If my wife doesn't want to fucking hold my hand when I'm walking with her. Like
Mm.
if my wife doesn't want to have sex with me anymore, my kids don't want to talk to me. I got this big ass house. I'm miserable as fuck. And I work all the time. And any free time I have, none of my family wants to be with me.
And that doesn't equate to happiness. You have all the money, and look right there. That's a perfect example. Money doesn't solve everything, but if you have all this dysfunctionalness, it just it doesn't do anything. But I mean, and that just brings the fact that like it's just not the focal point. Yes, it can help
Hey, thank you for the follow.
get it can
Appreciate that.
help like it be a factor towards leading to happiness, but like I said, it's about yourself. You
Exactly.
know what's going to make you happy, spending time with your family, if that's your if that means the most to you, being like having your wife, having your kids, all if that means more to you than money, which it should, because money, like I said, you can't die with money. You can't take it with you.
Exactly. Like I said, money is not evil, but the love of money is. If you base everything off of that, like money is the top, is your number one thing over everything else, then that's a problem. I said I don't even personally like fucking with people that are like that because I feel like they'll do anything for a dollar, and that's not that's
Honestly,
not that's
yeah.
not cool with me. That's
Honestly, I
not
don't
fucking
even
cool with me.
like it's just so it's crazy that money is this important in this day of life, this day of age, man. Because you need it to live. I need money to pay my bills, to keep my lights on, to make sure I have food in the refrigerator, to have gas in my car. But after that, it's just that's all it is to me.
Mhm.
Yes, it can help me get gifts. Yes, it can help me like get something that I want.
Like you have to
But more,
maintain your life, obviously.
yeah, I'm the thing. But that's it. Like everything else is me. If I want to go for a run, or if I want to do something to make me like spend time with my wife, money is just gonna help me get to the places that I want to, because they ask for money, because it's
Mhm.
needed. It's everywhere. But if I want to just spend time with my wife and just do like talk,
Right.
where does money play a factor in that? You know, it's about the things that matter the
And if she
most.
don't, and if she don't want to talk to your ass, money ain't
That
gonna make a
then I
difference in that situation.
nah, bro. Then I stream. If you don't want to talk to me, then I stream
Oh
to
man,
talk to you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
uh, yo, shit. At the end of the day, shit is gonna take time. You gotta put passion towards certain things. If you're by yourself, if you don't like, if you're at the point where like you're single, you're by yourself, there's not much other shit for you to do other than be at home and just pay bills and shit like that. Hey,
Yeah.
grind it out. Grind it. Deadass. Just grind. Take your time, grind, get that bread, save up your money, so on and so forth. At least that way you'll be comfortable. And then
Um.
when you meet somebody else, you can take that time because you don't have to worry about trying to get all that extra bread that you had before. Just try to take care of yourself, get yourself in the best position, and other shit will just come with it.
Oh, absolutely. I
I
just
would
want to
say,
answer this real quick.
yeah,
It's
go
off
ahead.
topic. Do you watch anime? Yes, I do.
Yes, we
If
do.
you do, what anime and what's your favorite? I'm very into like more dark kind of
Just
anime.
name.
Like,
Hold on. So you don't drag this out. Name your
yeah.
top five and just go from there.
Okay, Kabanari of the Iron Fortress, Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball Z, Soul Eater, and um, I guess One Piece.
Okay, so just to get that out the way, Dead Man Wonderland, Samurai Champloo, uh, probably Naruto Shippuden is obviously definitely one of my top. Um, Afro Samurai
Oh fuck, I forgot about
and
Afro Samurai.
Vandred.
Vandra's good.
If you ever heard of those are some of my top shits.
Doctor Stone is my top. Is in my top six. It's my sixth one. I like that shit. But
I mean,
okay,
if I had extra ones, I'll add extra ones, but those are the ones like literally top of my head that
we might have
stuck
to
with
do
me.
like make an anime stream and like and go through that shit.
I'll do that on one of the other days.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Um, say, but yo, right now shit is gonna be difficult for everybody, and I just want to say I'm there for you. Like I said in the chat, like there are people who've reached out to me who needed a little bit of help and stuff like that. So I definitely do you guys watch Hellsing? I watch Hellsing. I watch the unrated version, uncensored version. I think that shit is hilarious. I say you have to watch the spoof. What is it?
The
Team
abridged.
4 Star abridged. Yo, them niggas
Yeah,
is hilarious. Um,
High School to Dead. Yes, that's for zombies. That's my favorite of all time.
no, you just gotta
Uh,
really just you gotta find shit that you like, yo. Find other people that like the shit that you like. I'll say that gives you an understanding. I would say you can join hey, how you doing? I say all you gotta do is like join like you're on Reddit right now. Shit. Like there's anime out there that you like. There's other people that you could talk to that probably like the same anime and shit of that nature. You could find groups and find friends and join discords and all of that nature. Like there's so many things out there that can help people connect, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are scared to do so. And I
mhm.
totally understand. Totally understand. Not everybody on the internet is nice and shit. Like they're
That's
definitely
true.
not. I would say there's a lot of assholes out there and shit like that. And it's hard to find a bunch of people who like a bunch of the similar things because there's so many things out there that people like in so many different broad topics. Like
Mhm.
there's a hell of anime that I want to see that I just forgot about to go look at and shit like that I want to check out. But like you find somebody who has the same interest as you can understand more about yourself because you can be more comfortable with yourself in those interests and you can explain and talk about that type of shit.
Yeah.
I would say because you coming out of your shell with somebody else who likes the same thing, that shit is insane. Expect like I was in the train one day and I forgot how this conversation came up, but me and this dude just literally just started talking about Dragon Ball Z. Some random guy, never seen this man in my life. And we literally talked for like 20 minutes about Dragon Ball Z and the conversation was fire, yo. Like that I think it was right towards I think the tournament of power and shit. He and and I scrolled something on my phone that was like Dragon Ball Legends, the game or something like that. And he's like, "Yo, did you see that new tournament though?" And I was like, "Yeah, yo, that shit was crazy." He's like, "Yo, honestly, I think Goku could beat Jiren's ass if Goku didn't have to fight the entire time. Like if Goku could just go straight into Ultra Instinct and then fight Jiren, he'd beat the fuck out of Jiren." And I'm like, "Nigga, that's what I've been saying." Like it's just random people out there that you can get these conversations with, and experience that shit just for a little bit. Like just because you're not gonna see that person again doesn't mean you can't talk to them or hold a conversation with somebody. That's one of the craziest shits in the world is that people feel like, oh, because I'm walking somewhere or because I don't know anybody, I can't talk to somebody or I can't be nice.
Yeah.
Say hi, say what's up, spark a little conversation. There's nothing wrong with that. Trust me, it sometimes it makes people's days better. Let's say just talking to somebody random.
You'd be surprised, man. I like when I even when I'm going like out, I give people random compliments. So, like if they did something, I'm like, "Hey, I like your hair," or "Hey,
Exactly. I'd be telling
I like
people,
your
oh,
jacket,"
I
or
like them
something.
shoes.
That just that compliment might make that person's day, and that it can make like some people say, "Hey, thank you so much." I really need that. Some people just don't really care, but the fact that a random act of kindness can go so far, and if more people in the world did that, the world would be different.
Also, good moods are contagious. They say same as negative moods. I would say, but if you have a good mood and like you come around, sometimes yo that shit helps.
Yeah,
Sometimes that shit helps
sure.
because sometimes somebody be having a bad day, and then no, and then somebody else will come in cheery and, hey, what's up? How you doing? And you be like, oh, I'm not doing too good. Why? So you're all right? Something wrong? You need anything? Like, and then, motherfucker, they boost you up because they're feeling good. They don't want you to feel bad. Shit like that helps. I'm saying I don't know
I
why people feel like that. All of that shit is weak. Like throw that shit out
Yeah,
of your mind. That shit is not weak. To boost somebody up, to make other people feel good, to make people understand themselves and want to talk more and come out of their shell and feel good about themselves. How is that how is that weak? How is that dumb? That makes no sense. Let's say if you're coming out there to help the world and make people do more and want to do more, like how is that dumb? How is that dumb? You're trying to give
yeah,
somebody the opportunity or trying to give somebody some happiness or clearance on that day or the situation that they're going on or it's just your personality. There's nothing wrong with that. There's so many people in the world that feel like, oh, you have to be an asshole or you have to be a dickhead for people to like you or some shit. Like that's the no for the internet. For the internet, okay, maybe that shit's cool. You want to play some pranks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You want to record a little bit of shit here and there. All right, cool. It's funny, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah. People get annoyed. Ha, ha, ha. We laugh, we go home. Gangster, right? But that shit in real life people dealing with that shit, going to a job and having to deal with people fucking your shit up or whatever, that shit ain't fun.
nope.
I would say having negative energy at the job, that shit ain't fun. I say just because like there's nothing wrong with like you being quiet or keeping to yourself, shit like that. No beef. No beef. But the people who are actively giving off that negative energy and shit like that constantly or whatever the fuck, there's no reason for it. No reason
Yeah,
for it, yo. You can make so many people's days better if you just fucking relaxed.
I mean, but and then it goes to like people are so influenced of people who are successful but are do negative things, and they're like, if it
Off
works for
brand?
them, why not I do the same thing?
I've never
It's
heard of
like,
off brand. Sorry. I just want to answer that real quick. Never
no,
heard of
it's okay.
off brand. Go ahead.
It's just like it's because people in the limelight do some. I'm not saying everybody, but people who do negative things or just be an asshole, be something different is just it shows society that these things are okay.
Right.
And why are they okay? It makes no sense. Like you're watching a video of somebody putting somebody down, like that person might be really affected by that shit. And it shows like people who are really affected by this make decisions that can't be reversed.
Right. True that.
And that's so fucked up, and that bothers me so much. That's why I want to be a social worker, so I can help people like that, because it just, people shouldn't be pushed to the point like that. That it should never happen. But the
I
fact that
agree.
it does is a disgusting thing,
That,
you know.
that's where a
And
lot of that
and
shit comes from now. Like a lot of
yeah,
the bullies and people wanting to shoot up
but
schools
it's
and all
more
that extra
accepted
shit.
now. Like people. I mean, look at some people. Like I don't fuck with Jake Paul or like the Paul brothers, but they did some fucked up shit, and they're very popular.
Mm.
And it's just like society. Some people hate them, but they watch them because they're entertaining, and some people fuck with them. Again, that's them. But I just know that it's more acceptable now. And why is it acceptable? Like, this shit is,
I don't
I don't know
know.
how to explain it.
I get you. Say thank you for both speaking words of hope and calling out the bullshit. It's
Somebody has
I
to.
mean,
Somebody has to.
like I appreciate that, and I'm not saying because I'm not saying like obviously we're not the only ones that speak on it, and it's it's just nonsense. It's like obviously I wish I was bigger to talk to more people about it and like to obviously get responses from certain people to understand why they do what they do, and to like honestly just share that with a lot of people. Like there's no reason why this has to be the content that you have to put, not reasoning that this is the content you have to put out. Like if you're joking around with it, so on and so forth, there's no beef with it. But actively trying to fuck people's shit up and ruin days and all of that nonsense,
Oh yeah, no,
that that makes no, like, think of, yo bro, me as a janitor, sometimes you see the videos of kids like actively just throwing all their food on the floor, or they come to the restaurant and they like throw shit through the window and all that extra shit, or throw something in somebody's face. Like you like there's so much shit that people have to deal with already, and then like this is the shit that goes viral. Oh yo, did you see the video of homeboy throwing an ice cream at the Wendy's girl's face? Like bro, you think she don't have enough problems already?
or about the guy who was just sleeping, a homeless guy, and a kid threw a firecracker at him. Like,
Like that's like what the fuck does that, where does that come from? Like where does that sense of
where's your
what
humanity?
makes that fun? You're fucking throwing a goddamn, like you're setting homeless people on fire, throwing firecrackers at them, making them dance and eat and lick all types of weird shit for money, and like like that shit, like, yo bro, that shit gets on my, that shit irks me, bro. And there's so many fucking kids that do it. It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
I get sick of people who want to burden me with all of their bullshit and make me listen to it in order for them to feel better about themselves when my own life is dog shit and way worse. Those people are oxygen thieves to me. Well, I say, well, at least you have a job. There is no shame in being a janitor. And yes, kids are sociopaths. Everyone knows that. Um, I would say I can understand that, especially
Yeah.
there's some people who I used to feel that way, but then I understand that there's some people that need somebody to talk to, and I guess I'm that person that they need to talk to,
Yeah.
or they just need to say it. And over time I've gained, how can I gain the patience, the knowledge to understand that honestly it's all right, yo.
Hmm.
Cause like I know I vent to people, and I know that they have shit to deal with, and they don't want to hear me vent.
I mean, bro, we vent to each other all the time. Like, this is why I think we work well together. This is our own shit. Like, streaming for me is my venting way, my way of expressing myself. So
Right. And it's like insane the way that like shit like that happens. And it's just wild that all so many people have gotten to the point where that this shit is normal. Like the shit that's happening is normal. It makes no sense. Thank you, King. Oh, thank you. Thank you for thanking me. I
bro, I
appreciate
gave
that.
you a award because I love you, bro.
Oh yeah, thank you for that as well. I appreciate that, bro. Bloody little psychopaths lighting people on fire. The things that these kids do on some of these apps and shit like that, it just blows my mind, and I would
And
never
then they get
understand a lot of the
rewarded
shit.
for it. That
because people
blows my
view it
fucking
by
mind, bro.
other little niggas view it, and it's like, what has to happen for y'all to understand like this shit isn't cool. This shit isn't gonna isn't gonna push you later on in life. This is not gonna
Well,
make
yeah.
people like you. You're gonna get people to view you, and people are gonna see this shit, but no one likes you. No one's gonna want you around doing that shit to them. I'm
Well,
gonna say this
these
not.
sites definitely enable it, like, and then people enable this shit. Like, they shouldn't enable people doing this because they're gonna keep doing more dumb shit like that.
And I would say someone says I feel like people venting to me is taken away from my energy, which I need for myself, and I can understand that. And there's a lot of people that, and I'm not saying like obviously everybody should listen to other people vent because not everybody can take that, not everybody needs that, and that's just not how everybody feels. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes people are going to vent to you. It's just going to be some bullshit. Just let them know like, yo, I'm sorry. I respect it. I just can't. I can't do it. I like you venting to me right now, bro. It's not the wave. And
Yeah.
and it's hard to do that because it kind of makes you feel like a shitty person. Because I've had moments where I felt like complete utter ass, and there's just somebody literally just telling me how bad their life is. Honestly, you know what's worse to me is when I'm telling somebody that shit is going bad, and then they want to make it into a competition.
Oh yeah, and they tell you
It's like,
some worse shit.
but this happened to me the other day. I don't give a fuck what happened to you the other day. I'm telling you what happened right now, and this is why I'm sad, bro. Like this, like if you wanted to talk about that shit, you should have
You
told me
should have
when it happened.
brought it up first.
Exactly. You should have brought that shit up when it happened. Don't bring that shit up just because I brought my shit up and that you want to have a pity party, nigga. Like we ain't here for that shit, bro. Like
Nah.
I like it makes no sense. Um, Pokemon Pikachu asked. I recently was ridiculed and harassed for months by coworkers for being upset about a family tragedy after they kept urging me to tell them what was bothering me. That shit messed my head up so much. Yo, I understand that. I say a lot of people don't understand the aspect of some shit people literally just need to keep to themselves.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool. It's cool talking. It's cool, like not, you're not supposed to keep everything bottled up, so on and so forth. I understand that.
Yeah.
But
No.
there's
People.
some
That's nosy.
things niggas don't want to talk about or don't need to talk about.
Or too
That's real
soon.
shit.
Sometimes it's too soon because, like, I had experience just recently. Like my grandfather passed away, and I wasn't ready to talk about it, and then I was asked, like, about it, and I'm like, that shit destroyed me. I literally went to the bathroom and cried. Like, it's like a remind. Like, if I'm ready to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But if you
Right.
keep like asking me and doing things and just keep and then getting that information, that is it's gonna make me think about it. I'm already trying to find my own ways to cope with it, and you asking and bring it up and bringing it to me is not the way. If I'm ready to talk about it, I'm ready to talk about it. Don't
Yeah.
force somebody into doing something they don't want to. You put somebody to the back, or you put somebody to the wall. You don't know how they're gonna react.
Yeah. And sorry to hear about your grandfather. Apologize
Thank
about
you,
that.
thank you. I'm still dealing with it today, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. I really am, but I feel like instead of bottling it up, I feel like I'm more comfortable to talk about it. Before, when it was literally the next day, and I'm not
Mm.
ready, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
I fucking feel you on that shit. Workplaces really are a battleground. Workplaces can be very hostile when you reveal stuff about yourself. It becomes ammunition. I completely agree with that. I would
And that's
say,
why the saying, good. Sorry,
no, go ahead, bro. What's
I
the
was gonna
saying?
say that's the saying. Work stays at work, and like keep your personal shit away because like you don't want people to unless you want to be friends with that people, but it's so dangerous because that person, if you guys don't see eye to eye again, they
Right.
got so much ammunition on you. They can throw that shit in your face, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, that shit
It's
is
hard.
crazy. I would say you
It's
see that
hard.
shit in a lot of shows, and like that, the shit that you see in shows, that shit is real in the workplace, yo. That ass, that shit
Absolutely,
is real. You talk to a
absolutely.
motherfucker, 10 seconds later, they telling everybody else the same shit.
It's okay
It,
to be
but not
cordial.
everybody, obviously. I'm not
It's okay
saying
to
that it's everybody.
it's okay to be cordial and be friendly and like talk, but
Oh,
like
definitely.
keep your personal shit to your chest. Like keep that shit
Exactly.
at home because you don't want that shit to be the big story. It's like, oh, did you hear that shit
If
about Avery and his
exactly,
grandfather? Like, nah, the key, like that shit is personal. Keep it
exactly. If you're not
in
willing,
wraps.
if it's something you couldn't tell your entire work staff at a fucking auditorium meeting, then don't say it.
Facts.
If it's something you can't fucking announce to the entire room and you be perfectly fine after, you don't need to tell anybody about that shit. Truka, I keep trying to avoid talking about it, and having worked with them for many years, they just keep pressuring me to tell them because I'm normally super positive with everyone. Yeah, that shit gets difficult, especially you being a very talkative person and you not really having too many issues and shit like that. Some people
Yeah.
just don't get that concept of like, all right, leave this person alone and let them grieve or let them have this moment to
Bro,
think.
yeah.
Like,
It's
give me time to think. Let me grab the concept. Leave me the fuck alone. You feel me? Like, like
yeah.
leave me alone. Let me just do my thing for a little while. I never
This is
thought
the
they were going to flip on me like that. That feeling of betrayal is hard to shake. Yeah, yeah. Especially work with motherfuckers you got to work with every day. Mm,
this is the number one thing that gets to me, man. And this is like I don't know why I see myself as like a very energetic up tempo kind of person, and a lot of people see that because like I'm always just I feel like I put so much energy into things,
right.
you know, and then there are days where I just don't have it.
Mm,
I just want to be mellow. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I just want to have a mellow day. I don't really want to talk too much. I just want to like,
exactly. I have the
yeah,
same thing.
I want to vent. I just want to chill.
I have the same thing.
But
My girl fucking hates it.
yeah,
My girl fucking hates it.
but people have to like get nosy and pick their and ask, "Oh, Avery, what's wrong? Oh,
Mm,
Avery, you look oh my god, I hate the word fucking grumpy. Don't ever call me grumpy. If because then I'm gonna get motherfucking grumpy.
I
That's
feel
what
you.
happens. People come to me be like, "Oh, what's the matter? Is something wrong?" No, nothing. If something's wrong, I would have came to you.
I hate
If I
motherfuckers telling me what I
I would
am.
have
Don't
told
tell me what
you.
I
Yeah.
am.
So a coworker, actually my like manager or supervisor for like called me grumpy and I was pissed. I was like, "Don't you?" And I called her out. I was like, "Don't you ever call me grumpy because like you don't know what I am right now." But the fact that
True.
you just called me grumpy in front of everybody, that even though you were joking about it, that's not a joke.
Yeah, no
That shit
disrespect.
hurt my feelings, and I was fine. Now I'm upset because you put me basically on blast. Don't do that.
Mm. Nah, I
I
feel you
just
on that shit.
everybody's built different. It takes so much energy to be me, and people don't. I mean, obviously, people won't understand it if you don't tell them, but not everybody's perfect. Like, I'm not gonna be like this every day. I'm gonna have moods. I'm gonna be relaxed, and I want to take a day off.
Right.
Like, that's. But I'm allowed to do it because that's fucking me.
Uh,
And people just can't get it in their minds that that's okay. They have to impede and they have to intrude, which is again, it's not it's okay to a certain extent because people like if they're worried about you, then that's fine. But to
mm.
keep persisting is when it becomes an issue.
Hell yeah. I say it because the motherfucker don't want to tell you something. They just don't want to tell you something. Just like accept that. Accept that and
Yeah,
move
I
the fuck
agree.
on.
That's just inappropriate. It's not especially like you are my boss. You're higher up than me and you are calling me grumpy. How's that professional?
Yeah, I understand that shit.
Especially if you have something about my attitude or my mood, bring it up to me in a private setting. Don't me on blast and be like, "Why are you looking so grumpy today, Avery?" Like, who the fuck? Listen, who the fuck are you to do that to me? I have shown everybody you the most utmost respect, and you just shit on me in one day. Like, you when you do something, when you do wrong by me, you, I cut negativity out of my life.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to associate you with. I will be nice to you. I will do work, but as far as that negativity, gone. I don't need that shit. Don't need
Now,
it.
now, Cassio, you work in the medical field. Now Fuck. I would say Pokemon works in the medical field. That's what I meant to say. That's wild, yo. I say because the medical field right now is probably insane. Same with teachers. I know teachers and doctors are having really hard times. Obviously, doctors more than teachers. I'm not
I'm
trying to
actually trying to get
put
back
on the
into
same
school,
thing.
and I'm just like it's like I don't know if I want to be in there just because how crazy shit is.
Yeah, I feel you. And like, trust me, I talked to the teachers and asked them like, yo, this year is shitty as fuck. This is a horrible year for everything, and they just don't understand why they're putting everybody at so much risk. It just doesn't make any sense. I say there really are, and what makes it difficult is that the more emotionally immature people in the field translate their stress into toxic behavior in the workplace. I say that's it. I say that's a good point because there's a lot of people who I think just don't understand their own emotions,
Mm,
or they don't have a grip on themselves. So like all that shit comes out at work and onto everybody else. And that shit is, oh my god, yo. That shit is annoying. There's so many people who who just don't understand the basic concept of conversation, or the basic concept of understanding somebody's feelings or thoughts in the moment, or
mm-hmm.
just getting the gist. Is basically fucking having common sense. Motherfuckers is lacking common sense. And that shit is fucking annoying. I say because this shit happens all the time. It's everywhere, and especially now being in the medical field for people and going through the shit that you're going through, having to deal with toxic people on top of the toxicity of the fucking disease that's around. That shit is insane. You got yo, and I know people are stressed out having to wear the mask, having to be 6 feet apart, everything changing from your daily life, and especially for people who this is their first year doing things, shit is
Yeah,
insane. And it's a horrible entry into this shit. Cause like your first year being a teacher is gonna be fucking insane. Honestly, your
yeah,
first
because
year
it's
doing
something you never
anything.
prepare for.
Exactly. You're like you imagine going to school for like the last 6 years and getting all the extra degrees, and then you have to deal with this shit.
Yeah,
Or like I finally became a coach. Got paid to be a coach. 2 months later, I can't even coach anymore because they closed down all the programs.
mm,
I'm like, yo, I hit one of my dream jobs. One of dream jobs. I would say one of my dream jobs at being a coach. And I can't even do it because this pandemic came out of nowhere this year. Out
yeah.
of fucking nowhere. And it's like, yo, bro. Shit is wild, and shit is getting nonsense. But while we're at home, I've tried to understand myself more. I tried to learn what I like and what I want to do. And then this show came. Me doing this live. I say because I was just recording myself before.
Yeah.
Literally just recording myself and throwing it up on Anchor, and that was just throwing it onto all the podcasts and shit like that. And then I started doing this live show, and I'm happy as fuck. I understand myself more. I understand like this is one of the careers that I want to do. I never knew I wanted to do this.
Me either.
And
And
then it
I
just
saw you, and
came together. Like
yeah,
and then like I have so much fucking fun doing this, and I just love talking to the people and trying to give my opinion out there, and getting other people's feedback and other people's opinions back, just in case not in case I'm wrong, but somebody could change my mind or something like that. It's just to get a
facts.
better understanding of the world and how other people think, and not
But you, yeah.
relying on my own thought process on everything, and getting other views. Like that shit helps.
But
People are
you found
sorry.
out you loved this, right? You knew that in your side, inside yourself, that this is something that you want to do.
Well, yeah, I
That's
knew
part of this
I knew I
topic,
wanted to
knowing
do
yourself. Yeah.
podcast. I knew I wanted to do a podcast. That was the top shit. It's like I know I want to do a podcast because I've been doing podcasts for like the last 2 years. I just
Yeah.
been recording myself. I just never did it live. Now doing it live was like, oh, okay, this shit different. This shit a little
Oh,
different. I get to talk to more
that shit.
people,
Yeah.
and like I get to conversate, and I can make these longer than just 20 minutes or 15 minutes because I ran out of shit, and I'm just regurgitating the same shit over and over again. People are overwhelmed with stress and fear, especially because they have cut staff to bare minimum, and everyone is being worked beyond their abilities. Lots of injuries, people having emotional meltdowns, and so on. It's wild. My heart truly feels for them.
Mm.
I understand. I say, yeah, I can't even imagine how stressful it is right now in that field because on the regular, it's so stressful. Yes, being a regular doctor is stressful as fuck, especially if you work in the emergency room area,
I
nigga.
can't even imagine
That
it.
shit, bro. Just out of nowhere, you have to deal with this most random shit that just happened. That shit is insane, bro. It's terrible that your coworkers betrayed you, but if in the future, if anyone questions about your mood, etc. at work, just say something minimal. You are not required to tell them your business. If the manager asks because it's affecting your work performance, tread carefully and only tell them as much as they need to know.
In fact,
And I
yep,
can agree
that's
with
true.
that because,
Yeah.
like I said, I had a day where I wasn't really mad. I didn't really care. It's not that I didn't care. I wasn't mad or anything. I was just silent, like Homeboy said. Like there's just days where I'm just like, all right, cool, it is what it is. I'm just gonna do my work and just move the fuck on.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna tell me I have an attitude.
Ah,
I don't have an
yeah.
attitude. And like obviously, like
And
you
then you
said, that's
create
one of
one,
my
and then
biggest
now you
pet
have
peeves.
one.
Yes, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Don't tell me what I have and what I don't have. You're not living. You're not in my body right now. You're not. You
You don't know
don't tell
me.
me what I have.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, like, oh, you did this and you did that, so that means you're mad. No, 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 it doesn't. And I'm telling you to your face, I'm not mad. And you're gonna tell me that I'm all right. Cool. You're creating a worse situation, and you obviously aren't seeing it right now. But
Yeah.
I obviously have to be the bigger person here, and not let this shit get worse than what it is because I wasn't even mad in the first place, and you're about to bring me there. But it is what it is. I'm gonna move on. Just let me just continue and just edit. I don't care. Like that's
Yeah.
how you have to do it. That's how you have to go about things sometimes. You just have to say, all right, you know what? I really just don't give a fuck. And just continue to do your shit.
Yeah.
I would say like you being at work, and I'm sorry to say, they're not these people, your coworkers aren't your friends. Some can be friends. I'm not saying that some aren't going to be your friends or they can't be your friends or anything like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you first get there and shit like that, and mainly if you don't hang out with these motherfuckers after work, they don't ask you to come to a party or hang out at their house or shit of that nature and blah blah blah. You're just coworkers. I don't give a fuck how friendly you are at work or anything. You are coworkers.
Yep.
That's how I feel. Now, with that being said, anybody that's just a coworker, I do not have to tell you a motherfucking thing about my personal life. I would say, where do you live? In a house. I don't have to tell you where I live. I don't have to tell you how many floors I live on. I don't have to tell you what room I sleep in. I don't have to tell you if I got a girl or not. I don't have to tell you fucking anything.
Yeah.
Me being nice and giving you casual conversation, cool. Cool. But the issue is that people ask all this shit, and then it's like you get to a certain point, and if someone doesn't like you, they try to take anything of that nature and use it against you.
And throw it in your face. Yep.
And it's like, why? You're gonna talk to people regardless. You never know if you're gonna not like somebody or not. But why is it that you have to fuck with somebody's image with other people because you don't like them? That doesn't make any
Spiteful
sense to me.
shit, bro.
If I don't like somebody, I personally just don't fucking like you.
Spiteful shit and petty shit.
If I don't like you, I just don't like you. That's just simple shit. Like it just I just never understood that concept, bro. It's like if you don't like somebody, move on. If your friend like them, cool. You don't have to hang out with that motherfucker. There's nothing wrong with your friend liking somebody that you don't like. As long as they not talking shit behind your back and all that extra shit, it's cool. Say, but if you just got just fucking nonsense, you just got somebody at work that just don't like you, I don't see why that person has to go through so much work to get other people not to like you as well. or
Yeah.
anywhere for that matter. I don't see any reason for that to happen unless you were killing cats or killing people or killing like killing animals or shit like that, or you're a fucked up person, individual or something like that. Then I can see it. But other than that, if you just don't like somebody because hey, I don't like peanut butter. This nigga don't like peanut butter, and you don't like this motherfucker, and then you go telling all this nigga secrets. You're it makes no sense. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. I love you, but you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. I don't understand why people got to go through the bullshit that they go through. Everyone
Well,
is just
I
causing
guess we'll
more
never
issues than
understand
there
people.
needs to be. Everyone's just causing more issues than there need to be. Like don't associate yourself with people like that. If you can try to distance yourself, it's hard to tell those type of people. It's always difficult. You can't tell what a person is gonna do when you first meet them. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. Dead ass.
First, yeah, and this first impression matters, bro. Like people don't believe it, but like first impression is so important. I mean, people could like I could read a person just from meeting them. Like
Right. Hold on,
it,
Pokemon. I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, thank you for the follow for the follow. Anybody that's over on Reddit, I am also live on Twitch. If you wanted to know, on Twitch you can see both chats. I mean, no one's really on Twitch right now, but but you can see both. I'm over here on Reddit and on Twitch. KingKadoTalks. I was saying you
yeah.
can watch any of my past stuff on YouTube and over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all of that stuff. I'm there as well. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, no, no. I totally forgot what I was
Oh,
saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hopefully this jog your memory. Sneaky people at work will try and do all kinds of things behind your back, and it's not uncommon for the manager to have a workplace snitch. There's there's such that they are. I guess that S isn't supposed to be there. Is usually the friendliest person in the workplace. You damn right about
Of
that. You're
course, I mean because
damn right
there's
about
people.
that. What kind of mic do I have? Hold on. Let me answer this question real quick. BCD1 broadcast dynamic microphone. It's an MXL. Sorry, go
Hmm.
ahead, bro.
Well,
Hey,
I
thank you,
mean, and
King.
then you got those people who are just trying to be your friends or just trying to get information for you so they can use it against you. It's back to that, like having the ammunition. You can't really trust everybody that because again, these people aren't your friends. They're your coworkers. They could develop to be your friends, but you never know. You never know what people's true intentions are. I feel like work stays at work, and home stuff, personal stuff, is you keep that shit personal. You keep that
Exactly.
stuff internal. You don't tell people your business because you never know. You might the next day you come in and people are coming up to you say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I heard this from somebody, yada yada yada," and then it's just like then it becomes a wildfire. And
Exactly.
then now people are like into your business that they don't need to be.
Exactly. That's why I preach positivity over here, bro. I say it's all pure
Absolutely.
positivity. I say it's all love, bro. Um, I say I try to do my best on trying to give the most positive energy that I can. I know sometimes I'll come up here with the most negative faces and shit, and I'd be having the most basic demeanors. But like at the end of the day, I'm just trying to show everybody that like
There's still good people in this world that want to do good.
exactly, and like you can learn lessons from the most random people. So hopefully, I said something that helped you out. Hopefully, and honestly, y'all said some shit that helped me out as well. Say this was a back and forth thing. Hopefully, somebody in the chat said something that helped you out. You got a little inspirational thing from somebody in the chat, yo.
Well,
I would
everybody's
say
helping each other out, and this is
exactly,
what we're trying to do. When like yeah, we're talking in front of you guys, but you guys are talking to each other and us, and it's a community based thing.
exactly. And I feel like there's so much negativity in the world and so much bullshit happening that
Yeah,
I wanted to try to start a talk show that I kind of, talked about everything, the good and the bad, and to give that positive message out there and a space that people can come and not be judged.
of
I
course.
would say I love doing this. I love having people feel good. I love people, taking the time and having the conversation back and forth with me. Like I love that shit. Sorry about the camera. It'd be bugging out sometimes, but it's not gonna go completely out. It just gotta reconnect real quick.
Mm.
But I just love doing this. Like this has always been something that I've always been passionate about. It's something that I've always, well, I can't say that I've always been passionate about because it's something that I never really thought about doing this before. But
Yeah.
it happening over time and shit working, I can only be happy, bro.
The
And if
pandemic is
this
the reason.
and if this heals people's spirits or this make people feel better, that's the goal. Literally,
Yeah.
that's the goal. Is to make people understand and be happy and know that there's somebody in their corner and to know that there's somebody out there that's trying to push positivity instead of all this negative shit that you see all the time and try to and all this fake shit that you see all the time. And I
Yeah.
say because I'm not coming up here to lie, so on and so forth. If I want to get fucking tons of views and shit like that out of nowhere, I'll just do a bunch of dumb shit because that's what everybody watches. Watch some dumb shit, somebody gets hurt or pull a prank on somebody, post it up somewhere, blah blah blah. But
We're
I
doing
want
this
to
our
get
way.
exactly. I want to get up there through genuine positivity. I want the audience and the fans that come and the people that want to watch the show and who want to experience it. I want them to be genuine because I want them to see what the show is actually about and
Hmm.
what it and moving forward, they know what they're gonna get.
Absolutely.
That's the
You
point of
know,
this show is that everybody know what you're gonna get. It's me
it's the same
talking. It's
thing.
literally us just talking. Sundays we have people call in 11:30 p.m. if you didn't know Eastern Standard Time. I would say, and we enjoy each other's time. We take that hour, 2 hours, whatever the fuck, and we just forget about the rest of the world and we just
Yeah.
enjoy ourselves.
And it's just so fluent between me and you, man. Like even if nobody calls or just have a conversation, just like we have so much connection, and it's so easy for us to be able to like just get our minds sets out, or like get our thoughts across, and
Exactly.
we both go back and forth, which is just a beautiful thing, like. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future. I just want to say this, guys. If you guys are liking this and you guys want to be a part of this for the future shows, follow my boy KingKadoTalks on all platforms. You can also follow me, Soavecito, Soavecito, on all platforms as well, because I just did that. But we are, like he said, we're preaching positivity. This is what we want to do, and we're taking one day at a time. And we want you guys to feel welcomed and happy to be here. So
Definitely.
again, you're only 24 hours in the day, and you guys are spending it with us. Thank you so much for that.
Hey, Pokemon, I appreciate that. I'm happy that this helped. I'm happy that this got whatever that was on your heart resolved. That's the point of these streams is to make everybody feel good, make them happy, just to give you a sense of security and to know that other people out there feel the same way you feel. And like there's people that have that aspect. Can you link both of your platform IDs in chat, please? What's platform ID? I don't know what that means. Or is it you mean as in
Maybe our things.
as in my links? You want my links? I say I got some links I can
Let
throw up there. I
me
think.
pull up your shit real quick.
Hold on, let me see. Here's I'm gonna share my Twitch over here for y'all. Say, cause I only got like 5 minutes. I say no, you're fine. I'm not hip. That's literally all that is. I'm not hip at all. If y'all want to join the Discord and talk to the other people or lovely people that are in there, I would say I'm just trying to get a lot more people in there to to
Here, I'm
talk
gonna
to.
copy your
You
thing
feel
and
me?
post in my stuff.
Hey, that's fine. I say you can copy. You know what? You can do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, bro. Yeah, my Twitch and my Discord should be good. Pretty
Yeah.
much everything else is at KingKadoTalks. So if y'all want to go check that out. With the stream wrapping up, I say we have about a minute and 24 minutes before it wraps up. What did you want to say?
No, I was just gonna say, I go live on Reddit every day, and on Twitch I go live Wednesdays, Thursdays. Well, no, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jesus Christ, I'm tired.
I say I understand, bro. It happens. I would say, yeah. So I go live on Sundays and Wednesdays at 11:30 p.m. So if you want to go check that out, definitely go check that out. Uh, I upload my videos up on YouTube. If you want to go check those out, everything is at KingKadoTalks, the little thing that's been flashing up here the entire time. If you want to donate, every at Cash App KingKadoTalks, or just follow me on Twitch and donate over there. Um, I think all my next donations and me getting paid from Twitch is gonna go to a stream deck. So that's the next thing I'm trying to shoot for. It's like 150. So that's the next item that's gonna upgrade the setup and shit like that. I got y'all. There's gonna be some beastie shit in there. But with that all being said, I love each and every one of you, and please, take it easy for the rest of the week. People love you. We care. We're there. And with that being said, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.